Hello everybody. I don't know if you are like me, but I hate arguments. I hate fights. I hate quarreling. It gives me this knot in my stomach. I feel very uneasy about it. And if I have a fight, I try to avoid them. But if I have a fight with someone, if I have an argument, and if I had to blow up, I just feel worse afterwards. And I feel this discomfort, this ease, particularly when I think about the person, and more specifically when I have to be in the same place, the same room, and I have to engage and interact with that person. Well, guess what? I have news for you. I have just finished a guide on how to stop fights, conflict, arguments without blowing up or shutting down. And let me give you a couple of ideas of what you can expect from it. Okay, here we go. The argument deactivate and fights fast without blowing up or shutting down. Let me just give you some of the contents. Chapter 1, the hidden cause of high conflict cycles. If you keep having conflict and arguments over and over again, there is actually a hidden cause, and I'll share with you some of the ideas in a minute. Know your conflict triggers. All conflicts usually start with a trigger. A trigger is something that causes an intense emotional reaction, like a catalyst. Then chapter 3, conflict isn't the enemy. Yes, conflicts are not very easy to deal with. They are uncomfortable. They cause you some distress. But guess what? Conflict is inevitable. And if you know how to deal with it, you can use it to bond, to have a deeper connection with your spouse. But if you don't know how to deal with it, man, it can cause disconnection, it can cause unease, it can cause bad blood between you and your spouse. Then chapter 4, the fight formula, why arguments escalate. Because sometimes when you start, or when it is started, there is the escalation. You go up and then you blow out. We're going to talk about why that happens. And then chapter 5, the deactivator blueprint. It's a step-by-step process. It's explained in full details on how you can catch the escalation and de-escalate and return back to calm and normal, where you can have a decent conversation with your significant other, husband, wife, boyfriend or girlfriend or fiance. Then I'll give you the blueprint worksheet that you can use. Chapter 6, reconnecting without rehashing. Some people have blowouts ever so often or every now and again. What do you do to reconnect without necessarily going over the whole thing over again, which causes another argument, which is not good. Chapter 7, building a new normal. Emotional safety as a daily practice. Chapter 8, when they won't calm down. Oh my, when they won't stop. Oh, that is so terrible. It is almost like someone screaming in your ears, and all you need them to do is turn the volume down, shut it off. Then we will look at self-regulation, boundary, and this is a toolkit with scripts that you can use. And chapter 9, stay in the course, how to build a conflict-proof connection with your spouse. Now let's just look at some excerpts from chapter 1, the hidden cause of conflict. And the first section gives an analogy of a little drip. When I was growing up, we used to live in a house with these galvanized roof, and the rain would beat on it. And every now and again, sometimes it would leak. And the leak starts with just a little drip. But if you ignore that drip, it can cause rot, it can cause mold, and it ultimately can cause very serious damage to your house. And similarly, if you normalize arguments, if you just think that they're just a thing that would pass or go away without effectively dealing with them, you will be surprised at the terrible damage it can do, not only to your relationship, but your health. I'm going to just fast forward down to this interesting diagram, which is called the cycle of emotional toll in relationships. First of all, if you keep having arguments, then you start expecting them, you begin to anticipate them, and you feel very anxious. It's like walking on eggshells. You don't know when the next bomb is going to go off. And because of this, you begin to brace yourself. If you're expecting it, then you start preparing for it. And if you're preparing for it, you begin to think of things of how you can protect yourself, what you would say if this person says this again. And this loop keeps going on in your head. And if it continues, you begin to think, am I actually safe with this person? If they're constantly flaring up, if they're constantly exploding, if they're constantly having a dig at you, having a go at you, eroding your masculinity or femininity or invalidating you, you begin to realize that you're in an environment where you could be attacked at any time, where your integrity is at risk. And if you're not safe, obviously you'll have to build or come up with ways and means of protecting yourself. And sometimes in protecting yourself, you go on countering. You give as good as you get, or you shut down and silence, or you placate the person just to get some ease. And that obviously that one can't go on forever. You begin to feel chronic anxiety, which is not good for your immune system. It will have a toll on your health. You begin to feel alone, even though you're in a relationship or a marriage. You, of course, like I indicated, you begin to face health issues because there is a delicate connection between your mind and your body. When your mind is stressed, it impacts on the body. It opens the way for infectious diseases, which could definitely put you at great health risk. You lose trust in the person. You lose trust not only in the person, but trust in yourself. You begin to doubt why you made such a grave mistake of connecting and inviting this person in your life when you probably should have seen the red flags. And ultimately, you begin to lose hope that this would ever get corrected. If you lose hope that you would get your love back, you lose hope in the relationship, and on it goes. If you want to disrupt this cycle, if you feel that, listen, I've had enough, and you want some real down-to-earth practical solutions, simple but not necessarily easy, I recommend that you get a copy of the Argument Deactivator, Ending Fights Fast Without Blowing Up or Shutting Down. If you pick this up today, we'll be happy to give you a discount. Just use the code and let us know where to send it, and we'll be happy to give you a discount. If you delay, you come back, you will have to pay the full price. Talk soon.